What's going on, guys? It's Thursday and I'm back to help you win another Forza Horizon 5 trial event. Unfortunately, we have another stock Showdown series, which is just ridiculous to me. They have one like every other series now, it seems like. It's really annoying. I'm not a fan at all, but at least today we can actually tune some things on the car to make it better than just using completely stock with nothing able to be adjusted. This week we have the 2007 Peugeot 207 Super 2000. That is the car we are allowed to use today with no upgrades. The tune I made for this specific car, I'll show it on screen right now along with the share code, is called Stock Showdown. Like I mentioned, you can tune quite a bit. Pretty much everything on the car can be tuned, from like the tire pressure, gearing, alignment, anti-roll bar, springs, damping, aerodynamic stuff, brake balance, differential, all that stuff can be adjusted. And I took a fairly good amount of time adjusting almost everything that can be tuned. There's a couple of things I left alone because it was kind of good the way it is. But mainly the stuff I changed was like damping, aero, differential, gearing, alignment. Those are the main things I messed with. I kind of put my like, I don't know, my go-to dirt racing / rally package on this car and kind of made some adjustments from there. The main things I did for differential, for the front differential, I have 40% acceleration, 0% deceleration. On the rear, I have acceleration and deceleration cranked to 100%, and I shifted the differential balance 65% to the rear. I think by default, with I think the default 60. I went 65. It kind of makes it handle just a little bit better on the dirt. You kind of get a little bit more power slidey, which is always fun on the dirt. Aerodynamic stuff for the rear downforce, I have it to like the least amount of downforce, 220 pounds of downforce, and for the front I have 285 pounds of front downforce. Other than that, dampings, not a whole lot. I didn't do a whole lot to the damping. Ride heights 4.8 inches. The springs I left the same. Anti-roll bars I left the same. Alignment, I have my usual dirt racing tune on it for that part. I have -2 degrees camber on the front, -1.5 degree camber on the rear with a 6.5 degree front caster angle. Gearing, I had it, tried to tune it where it was just towards acceleration side, just enough where it does hit the rev limiter, or you do hit the rev limiter on the second race, but I try to get to as close as maxing out the 0 to 60, 0 to 100 times I could get without haven't hit the rev limiter too long. So right now it's at 3.8 for the final drive. Everything else is the same. Brake balance 48% to the rear. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. But I mean, you can do a lot to this car to make it better than the completely stock version of it. I did like this event as a whole because the AI in race 1 was actually pretty decent. There were 2 you actually had to catch up to. I was able to get them both, luckily. The way I have this car set up with the proper like driving technique, you can definitely run clean laps without even braking at all. I think lap 2 I didn't brake at all. I don't think I did anyway. Race 3 I did a couple times, mainly because I was kind of catching up on the AI. I didn't want to completely slam into them. But you can, especially if you go into rivals, kind of get used to the way the car handles on that first little scramble. You can definitely run clean laps without braking at all, without slapping the wall also. That's kind of what I went for. Race 2, you do have to brake a little bit, but it's not too bad. The car handles pretty well. And don't be like my teammate. You'll see at the beginning of race 2 that like the very first sharp turn, people will just send it straight into a wall, don't even brake or anything. It's just silly. Don't do that. Come on. Be better than that. Try to actually put effort into being a good driver in the game. Don't just slam into a wall and forget brakes exist. You'll probably only have to do those 2 races. I did not even do race 3. I think it's the Cordillera Trail or something like that. I forgot offhand, but I'm sure you would be okay. But I think this is the most you can get out of this car, maximizing it to its maximum potential, I guess, with no upgrades available to use. Just the stock, no upgrades. I think this is the best tuning put on it for a dirt racing platform. Hopefully you guys feel the same. Let me know down in the comments if you gave my tune a go. If you didn't, let me know what tune you decided to use. If you changed some stuff that was a lot different than mine, or if you just went completely bare bones stock, left it alone, had good luck, I'd love to know about that as well. If you win, you get a 2009 Ferrari 458 Italia, which is a pretty cool car. A lot of people might already have that at this point, but it's something I do like. for this series. We're doing like the whole like anniversary flashback stuff, like seeing the old cars and some of the old songs from past Horizon games. It's pretty neat, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably the best series we've had so far in terms of that stuff. But I'm not a fan of the stock Showdown stuff, so I'm not really sure how many more of these I'm going to do this series. It all depends on how much able to tune on the cars. But hopefully I'll see you guys next week for another trial video. In the meantime, if you need any help, hop into my Discord server, which is in the description, as well as the share code if you missed it earlier. And get all these challenges done, and like I said, hopefully I'll see you guys next week for another video.